Hey, be quiet. Hey, it's the old man here, and obviously got the dogs here, ladies here. It's all right. The helicopter, hang on. Yeah, so sun's out, got the good furniture out, got lady here. Colder than a well digger's duff is what my mom used to describe it. It was 22 degrees up here this morning. In fact, get out of here. Yeah, lady won't back down. She wants to fight him. Quit that. You be a good lady. Come here. So yeah, story time. You know, I was thinking about my hits. I think the last one I got 67 hits. I'm okay with that. I was kind of freaked out when it was I got that one, I was 500, now it's 700 hits. It's kind of scary when you think of that. I mean, 50 people, that's a pretty good crowd, but 700, that's, you know, and I looked at it and I thought, I don't know why that one over the others, but que sera, sera. That's right, lady. Maybe they'll like you. Huh? Yeah. So, with the cold, I thought I'd tell you some D.O.T. stories. I used to work for the highway department for 8 years. Winters here and icy roads and all that stuff. And yeah, I got some hot ones about that. People used to ask me when I'd pull into the gas station for coffee, the pre-espresso days, you're going to have coffee, what's good advice for driving in the snow and the ice? And I always told them, I said, just don't drive any faster than you want to hit the ditch, because it can happen just like that. Driving along and bango, off the road you go. Yeah, you don't want to be going 60 or 70 when 40 would be fine, it's safer. So, yeah, D.O.T. I'll tell you some stories about snow, but these ones I've been thinking about. It seems like when you get old, you got plenty of time to think about the past, and I've done some fun stuff. D.O.T. Friday afternoon. It seemed like it always happened on Friday afternoon. In fact, when we got sent out to do work, Friday afternoon was pretty much no jobs. You were just doing section patrol, they called it, looking for whatever, just driving around and have the radio on so when something happens, you can get to it. We're working up on Chinook Pass. That's between Enumclaw and Yakima. I got you. I don't have any lettuce today. She's a little put off. Yeah, you are. Man, it is cold even in the sun. So it's Friday afternoon, Chinook Pass. It's cold up there. Hey, come here. And we're doing a patch and asphalt. And on Chinook Pass, at that time of the year, wasn't much traffic at all, so we were just kind of ambling along. And here's a pothole about this big. I'd get out and throw the shovel of asphalt in there, and it disappears. And yeah, I grab another shovelful, throw it in there, and it's gone too. So I walk up to this hole, and I could say it was about this big around. It's dark. I stick my shovel in it, and I stick my arm up to my armpit and swing it around, and it's not hitting anything. I called the guy, driver, showed it to him, and he's like, "Gee, you can't leave this." So we had to call out the crew, and of course it was probably, like I say, 2:30, 3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. You got to bring out a truckload of gravel, a truckload of asphalt, a compressor, jackhammers, compactors, and cut that big thing out. And what it was back in the day, they built the roads over cedar stumps, and up there, cedar stump could have been 10, 12 feet across. And so that thing finally rotted out, so we had to cut it all around and fill it with gravel and compact it repeatedly. The hole was probably 10 feet deep at least. And so we got overtime, and I was always happy about that. And it was an adventure. I mean, you didn't know one day from the next what was going to happen. I mean, there was always things to go wrong. And my next one, I'll tell you about the snow stories. In fact, I could tell you the whole history of how they sanded the roads from the back of a dump truck with a shovel to modern day liquid. I don't know even know. I think it's beet juice, I've been told. You okay? What's wrong? She's mad. She wants some lettuce, don't you? And another Friday story. We're working in Renton on 405. Friday afternoon, we just wrapped a job up. We were picking up the cones. A semi-load of canned seafood laying on its side, and here was cans of everything: clams, lobster, anything, just all over the place. And so when the roads are blocked like that, you got to run ahead and stop traffic and get them to slow down, because it's, you know, they're coming 60, 70 miles an hour, and when the road's shut down, you got to let. I think my seat might be giving away here. You got to award the traffic, so I'm running ahead and getting everybody settled down. Finally lit some flares, and I had to go over this hill because they were coming over the hill hauling ass, and we had to put flares on and get them slowing down. Rosie, stuff. Hey, Rosie, get out of here. Get going. She'd fight him. Yes, she would. You'd get killed that way. So I'm coming back to where the accident is, and here's Jacob, a guy I worked with who actually got killed on the job, got ran over by a guy OD'd on pain pills and hit him. It's a bad way to go. So rest in peace, Jacob. He's in the front end loader, scooping up buckets full of canned food, and he was a gourmet. When everyone else would have sandwiches and an apple, he would have little cups of olives and you know, maybe some clams and crackers. He was kind of gourmet about it. So he was tripping. Here's all this canned food and canned seafood, and the way it would work is the insurance company would come out and look at it, and they just wrote the whole thing off. So once that's done, they could take all they want. Yeah, and by the time we got to get some, all that was left was clams and sardines, I think. The guys that worked in that neighborhood got all the good stuff, the gravy. But, yeah, Friday afternoons, be careful out there. It's, for whatever reason, it seemed like that was the time when it would go bad, and it did many times. Yeah, like I say, it was a fun job. That's where I lost my hearing. Back in those days, that hearing protection wasn't offered and was considered sissy, and nobody wore them. So when we were running that jackhammer up on Chinook Pass, we didn't have any plugs in our ears or nothing. You just toughed it. Take care of those ears. You think you're young and bulletproof, someday you'll wish you had taken better care of yourself. Yeah, young kids, you know how it is. So, yeah, I wasn't going to have a big story today, but I do like telling my stories, and you know, it's rainy days, it's hard for me to get going, and but when the sun's out, I feel pretty good. Trying to think of another quick Friday afternoon one. Yeah, well, there was this dog barking at the fence. Get out of here, Rosie, go. Yeah, there was two dogs on the, you know. So, yeah, I'll have to leave them. I know it. I'm sorry. I know it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, lady, you know, it's funny. She likes winter time. She's got her big mud hole behind me, and we've had a foot of snow here, and she just hunkers down and put her head in her armpit, and she's good to go. That's right. I know. You're okay. You're okay. Yeah. I know it. Tell me, what? You want to say something? What? I know. She says, keep petting me. She, a good friend. Yeah. So yeah, I can't think of another one right off the top of my head. But yeah, I got some stories about the snow. That was fun. I mean, you talk about an adrenaline rush. Yeah, you had to get out there and make the road safe and throw out the sand and plow and deal with all kinds of crap that goes with that. But you know what? I'm getting cold. So we'll see you soon. And thank you for your comments and thumbs up. I appreciate it. And yeah, like I say, I don't mind a small crowd. Like I say, I've watched a lot of YouTubers that went from 100 subscribers to 1 million. I mean, there's a couple of them I've watched, and it's like, I'm not going to get that involved. Yeah, but I will show you something. Huh, lady? Yeah, ice. Mucho frio, that's right. Take care.